What's going on, guys? It's Jackstown and welcome back to another video. So this unique, abbreviated 60-game MLB season has finally come to an end, which means the postseason is just around the corner. In fact, it starts
I love Rob Manfred.
In fact, it starts tomorrow, so we decided to obviously come up with a bracket and who we think is going to win the World Series. And obviously, we're going to have different opinions. But you know, this time of year is always exciting for baseball fans. It's the most exciting time of the year. So we're going to pick who we think is going to win the World Series. And in fact, I'm pretty sure all you baseball fans know, but the playoff format's also unique to this year. We have 8 teams in each conference as opposed to the usual 5. And every team has to play a best 2 out of 3 wild card round. So it's going to be extra chaotic this year. And it's going to be exciting. There's way less guarantees than there normally are. There already aren't guarantees, but it's going to be pretty chaotic. It's going to be a good time. So I'm joined with my older brother, Novin, but I'm sure at this point you guys know that he doesn't need any introduction because he's pretty much a fan favorite at this point. So so we're going to definitely have different opinions because we always seem to disagree and, you know, get into confrontation. So this should be a good time, but we're just going to pick each series one at a time and then eventually work our way over to who we think is going to win the World Series. All right, so we're going to start. Should we start in the American League or the National League?
Your choice. National League.
National League?
I don't like the National League. Let's get it over with.
Okay. In the National League.
Men play the American
League. We're going to start.
Women play the National League.
Okay. We're going to start off with the Dodgers and Brewers, the 1-8 matchup, and we're going to pick what each series result will be, like how many games will each team win or whatever. So I'm going to start with, this is probably, I'm a big Dodger fan, as you guys probably know, but this is going to be the easiest pick, I think, for pretty much everyone. Dodgers, 2-0, easy sweep. The Brewers are not really a playoff team, in my opinion. They don't deserve to be here. Sorry, Brewer fans, but this should be an easy 2-0. What do you think?
I agree, 2-0. 2-0 Dodgers. Because, I mean, come on, Brewers like backpedaling to the playoffs, so.
Yelich has been having one of the toughest seasons for a superstar. Well, that's what you think, but he's had a really tough year forever. Corbin Burns, a Cy Young candidate, is not going to be pitching, at least in this first round, if the Brewers somehow manage to advance. But, you know, who knows. Anyways, okay, so we agree on that.
The Hauser.
All right, so the 4-5 series, Padres and Cardinals. Who's winning?
Padres will win 2-1. They'll lose game 1 but win 2 in a row.
I like the series. You know, Padres are a better team, I think, but the Cardinals are more experienced. But, well, I know that Clevenger isn't pitching in the first round, but is Lamet pitching?
I think he's probable.
Probable?
I think so.
Okay, but either way,
you guys can read the news online. MLB.com.
Hitting is
brought to you by Guy.
I think the Cardinals struggle to hit sometimes, and the Padres hitting is way better. So I think that alone will allow them to win. I'm gonna say deciding between 2-1.
You know what I'm gonna predict? I think it's gonna be 1-1, bottom of the 9th. Slam Diego is going to send it home.
There will be at least
Slam Diego Padres.
There'll definitely be at least one Grand Slam.
Manny Machado, Slam Diego.
Yeah,
hits
definitely be at least one Grand Slam. The real question is, so you actually think they're going to get a win?
Yeah.
The Cardinals? Do you think they'll win, like, game 1? Or
what? Game 1.
Okay. All right, I'm going to say the Padres win 2-0, actually. I don't think the Cardinals get a game. Okay, anyways.
He hates the Cardinals.
I don't hate the Cardinals.
You hate the Cardinals.
I just think that they're... You know,
he's Dodgers and Cardinals.
I have nightmares still, but it's not biased. I just think that the Padres are a better team. Okay, the number 3 seed Cubs and the number 6 seed Marlins. The Marlins, huge surprise, snapped their playoff drought. They actually made the playoffs. No one predicted that. And then obviously the Cubs are a surprise too, winning their division. So who do you have in this one?
Marlins are super flaming going to these playoffs. Cubs are. I'm not feeling them. I like Marlins and I like their pitching young. I'm gonna say Marlins 2-0. Marlins 2-0. I don't like
2-0.
2-0, yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna ride the momentum into the 2 games.
All right, I give credit to the Marlins.
Here's why. Oh. They have Sandy Alcantara, who's like not an ace, but like he's a very good pitcher. And then they have a good bullpen. Kansas has been pretty good. They have really good hitting. Younger than the Cubs. Cubs are have 5 guys batting below 200. And I like the Marlins rallying in these games.
Okay. I like the bold call. I mean, there's going to be some, at least a couple, you know, surprising.
Oh yeah, and then Sixto Sanchez, he's a beast.
Oh, he's good. I like Sixto. Okay,
his 6 toes.
Okay, this is what I think. I think the Cubs will win, but 2-1. I think it'll be a close series. I think that the Cubs will win game 1 because I think Darvish is like whichever game Darvish starts. I think he's starting game 1, but they haven't announced it. But as of this video being made, but
Sixto throws 101 miles
per
hour. If he gets his fastball right, he can be beat.
I think Darvish will win him a game, but I think the Marlins maybe win game 2 and then the Cubs win game 3. I just think the Cubs a little more experienced. Okay, so you have the Marlins, I have the Cubs.
Okay. Cubs 2-1?
Cubs 2-1, yes. Okay, so Braves and Reds, 2-7 matchup. You want to go first?
This could be a coin flip.
This is good.
Based on how hot the Braves offense can get and at what time it can get hot. Can they get hot at the right time to rally? Because they might be behind a couple of these I think these games. It's going to go to 3 games. So I think how the Braves offense rallies, and it's about pitching versus hitting here, because the Reds have the better pitching and the Braves have the better hitting. You have literally the best pitchers against the best hitters. Yeah. So whatever side plays better. But here I'm going to have to go with pitching. So Reds barely escape 2-1 with their ace pitcher, Trevor Bauer, or Castillo, one of them pitching game 3.
And also, let me say this. I actually agree with you. This is my NL upset.
3 aces. It's Gray, Bauer, and Castillo. When all 3 of them are on their game,
this is my opinion. So my upset of the NL, and I think the Marlins being the Cubs.
Also, the Reds underachieved a little bit this year. It could have been better.
I'm saying I think the Marlins being the Cubs would be a bigger upset, because the Reds have like more established players for the postseason. They have a great rotation overall. But here's my thing. I think that if this were the divisional series or the NLCS, like best of 5 or best of 7, I would take the Braves because their offense is going to break out. But in a best 2 out of 3, almost like it's pretty much like a toss of wild card game. It's going to be chaos. You usually should go with it's better to pick the team with the better pitching. And so I'm going to go with the Reds because Bauer
2-1 or 2-0
probably is going to win the Cy Young.
2-1.
I'm going to say 2-1. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the AL. Okay, so Rays and Blue Jays. The
Rays 2-0.
Rays 2-0. I agree. I think the Blue Jays. Kudos to them.
There's so much inferior. You think Milwaukee and Dodgers is an inferior matchup? This is such a. Because here's why. Everything the Jays have, the Rays have times 5. I mean, the Jays. They only got him because at some point Teoscar Hernandez and their young players were so hot. But how bad was their pitching towards the end of the season? They were getting wrecked by the Yankees.
Yeah, they have an ace with Ryu,
and the Rays hitting is very underrated. They wouldn't have been number 1 if their hitting wasn't good. A lot of teams had good hitting, like the Reds before the hitting started going off recently. They weren't gonna make the playoffs even though they had great pitching. Yeah. The Rays have underrated hitting. So everything the Jays have Rays times 10, except also not the fact that I think they have good hitting. 3 aces and the best bullpen. That's gonna be a 2-0.
I think
2-0.
I agree, but
low scoring games though.
The Blue Jays definitely
the 2-0, 3-1.
Blue Jays definitely defied expectations. They deserve to be here. They're way better than the Brewers as an 8 seed. They deserve.
And the Rays have the Jays number. They always keep beating them in the regular season.
But the Blue Jays deserve to be here. Great season. They have a great future. But this year.
Yeah, they kind of snuck in a little bit. Because they're so hot in the beginning. They were actually like 4th or 5th at some point.
But they were 4 games above 500.
But they kind of fell a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yankees, yeah.
But they're young. But the Rays are geared for the playoffs. Great bullpen.
The Rays are going like this. The Jays are going like this towards the end of the season.
Okay, so Rays win 2-0. All right. Great series here, 4-5, Indians, Yankees.
Battle of the Aces. 2 best pitchers in the AL.
Right, whoever wins game 1 between Bieber and Cole, which is like...
Who's going to win the series?
Is going to win the series.
Because think about how big of an advantage we have, especially like if you're in Cleveland. If you win over Cole, I think Cleveland wins over Cole, they win 2-0. Because I'm not confident whoever Yankees throw out there in game 2 in their bullpen early on has not been good at all. Chapman's been iffy. So if Cole, it's huge. Yankees game 1 is bigger than Indians game 1. Because Indians at least have 3 other good pitchers they can throw out there. So if Yankees lose game 1, which I think they barely will because Bieber's having the game of his life, in my opinion, the Indians are going to win 2-0.
Exactly. I think whoever wins game 1 because...
No. Yeah. If Indians lose game 1, they still have a chance because they have a better pitcher in game 2 than the Yankees, whatever they throw out
there. The Yankees should win game 1.
So the Yankees have to win game 1. That's one point.
Yeah, beating Bieber would
and the bullpen's worse too. They collapse a lot.
That's a must-watch for sure. Yeah, so I think... so we both agree on the Indians. I say 2-1 Indians.
2-0 because I told you if they lose game 1, it's over.
Okay, so I'll say 2-1, but we both agree. All right, Astros 6... The
Twins 2-0, get out of here. These Astros barely made the playoffs. These Astros got swept by the worst team... Maybe in the league, I don't know, American League, one of the worst things. The Rangers, the last 3 games of the season, they got swept. The only reason why they make the playoffs is because guess who are the last 2 teams below them? Yes, your pathetic Angels and your Seattle Mariners. So they basically backpedaled. The Brewers slowly backpedaled. The Astros sprinted backwards into the playoffs because they really got swept 3 times in a row.
Long story short,
the 2 games below 500.
This is the 3 versus 6.
And Twins are hot.
This is the 3
I like
versus
Maeda
6.
game 1. Maeda game 1's gonna be an ace.
The Twins are just better. Okay,
way better.
2-0.
Everything's better. No Verlander, no. Greinke's been I mean, come on, there's nothing better than the Astros.
They're done. Okay, that would be a
shocking
upset
if they win even 2-1.
All right, good series here. 2 versus 7. A's versus White Sox.
Sox will win 2-1.
I say Sox win 2-1 also, yeah.
But they'll lose game 1.
Sure.
But because they have less experience, but then they'll start getting hot game 2.
I just think the White Sox hitting is way better than the A's. A's have good bullpen. They're kind of like the Rays where they're like a budget team, but they put together a great bullpen overall pitching. But the White Sox have a really good 1-2 with Giolito, Keuchel. They have a good bullpen. Colome's been a really good closer, but their hitting's just been so good. Abreu's probably, I think he should be the AL MVP. They're great, and even though they're young, I think they're the better team. It's a bad matchup for the A's. Okay, so moving on to the second round in the NL. So we both have Dodgers and Padres playing each other. So this is a best 3 out of 5.
Guys, this might give me an upset here. Slam Diego hits a grand slam once again in game 7. was it 7 games, right? Or 5?
3 out of 5.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's 5. Okay, so
This will be in Texas.
Yeah, 5 games. I think Slam Diego's. I love Slam Diego. I'm sorry, I'm being a little biased, but Slam Diego's gonna upset the Dodgers one more time. Well, the Dodgers are gonna upset one more time this year. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, I think I would. Well, what's the series?
3-2.
3-2. Okay.
Yes,
I think
it has to be 3-2.
I think the Dodgers are gonna win. Okay, here's what's weird. I think the Dodgers are gonna win either 3-1 or 3-2. But I think if it's 3-1, I think the Padres might win the first game, and then they'll think they're all that because they get excited. But then the Dodgers will come back to earth, and I think they're the better team. The Padres are dangerous, though, definitely. I think if the Dodgers can get through the Padres, I think they have a really good chance to get to the World Series. I think they might be their biggest obstacle, at least in the NL, for sure.
Cubs are pointless.
So I'm actually kind of disappointed that they're going to be playing that they don't play each other in the NLCS, because I think these are the 2 best teams in the NL. So Dodgers win. You have the Padres. Okay. All right. So you have Marlins and Reds.
So I have Reds winning 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
And then I have
2-1. 3-2. No.
It's just 3 of 5. Messed up.
3-1 because the Reds. Yeah, let's say 3-1 because I feel like they'll get a game Monty in, but the Reds pitching. I'm sorry. I'm high on the Reds this year. 3-1.
I really like the Reds.
It's a mismatch. This is a mismatch.
Yeah,
it's a mismatch.
The Reds definitely have their pitching can hang with pretty much any other team. They have great pitching, but the question is their offense going to be good?
And this Marlins team's kind of a Cinderella story. They'll beat the Cubs in the first round, in my opinion, but they'll lose in the second round.
I think the Cubs will beat the Marlins, but I actually think the Reds will beat the Cubs too, because if they can beat the Braves and if they beat the Braves, that clearly means that their pitching is on point. They're going to be really good. And I'm going to say they beat the Cubs 3-2. I think that'll go 5. Okay. And the Reds kind of have definitely an easier path than the Dodgers do, because they don't have to face the Padres. And I think if they beat the Braves, they're going to be confident. They're going to be playing with house money. And I think they would beat the Cubs and definitely the Marlins. So we both have, you have Padres and Reds in your NLCS. Yeah. I have Dodgers and Reds. Okay, so 1-7. All right, so we'll go to the AL right now. Okay, so we both have Indians and Rays.
This is going to be I think if this happens to be the best series, you battle of 2 of the best bullpens or 2 of the best starting 2 of the best pitching staffs facing each other. It's going to be gritty, it's going to be grind, it's going to be coin flip. In my opinion, it could be coin flip, but because I'm an Indians fan, I'm going to say Indians win 4-3. 4-3 Indians.
It's best 3 or 5.
3-2. Whatever's the last, come from the last game.
I'm going to go a little bit in the other direction. I'm going to say this is going to be a really good series. I agree. I say the Rays win 3-2.
Okay. I mean, that's coin. I said
I don't know. I
just possible.
That's
the biggest challenge for the Indians.
Is really close. I just think that the Rays, their pitching's bullpen pitching is a little bit better than the Indians. And I don't know. It's just so close. I think the Rays have played the best team in the AL, so I'm going to give them the slight nod. But it could go either way. I'm going to say the Rays win. All right, Twins and White Sox. We both have that too. Divisional matchup 3 versus 7.
This is also coin flip. It's a battle of offenses, really.
Yes.
But the White Sox, I think, are better pitching because they have Giolito, who's going to advance in game.
I agree.
Carry them game 5. So I think White Sox 3-2.
I also think White Sox 3-2. We actually haven't discussed this before this video, but we have a lot in common. White Sox 3-2. I just think that their starting pitching's okay. Maeda's been really good for the Twins, but I think the White Sox have a really good 1-2. Their hitting's they're really both have really good hitting, but I think the White Sox have a little bit better.
Twins bullpen situation is really bad.
They're struggling.
Tyler Taylor, Roger. I haven't seen him pitch in a long time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say the White Sox win 3-2. So my ALCS is Rays and White Sox, the 1-7 in the AL, and then the NL I have the 1-7 Dodgers, Reds.
Battle of divisions for me: Sox and Indians.
And then you have Reds and Padres, right?
Yeah.
So both of us have the 7 seed getting there, but this could be a year where that definitely happens.
But it's a short season. Everyone's close.
Exactly. Everyone's close.
And also,
that could definitely happen.
The Sox actually have as good of a record as or better record than the Astros, but the Astros are only ahead of them because the Astros are second in the division. The Sox are way better than the Astros.
Even the Blue Jays have a better record than the Astros.
Seeding doesn't matter too much in this.
Exactly. So I
mean, a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah. So don't be fooled by the seeding. Okay. So we're gonna start off with the NL. You have Padres and Reds, the 4-7. Who wins that series? Best of 7. Go. Padres and
Slam Diego is going to advance again.
Slam Diego.
In 6 games, 4-2.
6 games? Okay, yeah. I have Dodgers and Reds. I think, okay, if the Reds get to the NLCS, it means that their pitching's obviously good, but that means that their hitting has been good too, because they've been really streaky hitting. They have good hitters, but they've been streaky. So that clearly means that their hitting is, kind of on point. So I'm going to say the Dodgers win 4-2. I think the Reds, their pitching will win them 2 games, but I think the Dodgers have the edge in the bullpen. I think their hitting's better, and then the pitching, they're comparable, but I think overall their pitching's a little better. So I think Dodgers are just the better team. I will say they win 4-2 and go to the World Series finally, or after last year being upset being the 1 seed. Okay, so Dodgers in the World Series. You have the Padres in the World Series. All right, in the AL, American League Championship Series, I have Rays and White Sox. You have White Sox and Indians. Okay, so who wins that series?
Well, I'm an Indians fan, but honestly, I've seen the White Sox play against Indians a lot of times. And Indians had their number this year, but a lot of times the Sox were close. And if there's one hitting staff that almost got to Bieber this year, or a couple of games where he almost struggled, it's the White Sox hitting.
No shame in that. They have great hitting.
Yeah, great, and they face them so many times. They kind of a little bit have his number. No other team really has his number, but they a little bit have his number. Not too much, but they can figure him out. So if they get to him, I think it'll be 4-2. Unfortunately, White Sox, because they also have great pitching too and a great bullpen. So, and that guy throws 100 miles per hour. Now they have a lot of weapons. I think
Garrett Crochet
and White Sox have been actually pretty good.
White Sox are dangerous, dude.
So 4-2 White Sox.
Okay, so you have the White Sox going to the World Series. I have White Sox and Rays.
White Sox and Padres.
White Sox and Rays both have really good
White Sox and Padres.
So you have White Sox and Padres as your
the
World
battle
Series.
of the former best farm systems.
Yes.
The two teams that decided to rebuild it all.
So you have the 4-7 White Sox and Padres, and then I have White Sox and Rays. And I think both teams have really good pitching, but I think because the White Sox definitely have better hitting than the Rays, I think the hitting will actually be the difference. And I'm going to give the White Sox the slight nod to win 4-3. So we both have the White Sox winning the American League, and but I have them
they're really good. So if you gave the White Sox a full season, there's no doubt they'd won that division.
Definitely.
I mean, they're really good. They're like half the game behind the Indians and the Twins, but just happened to be
the only question will be their experience.
Honestly, they could have even been the 1 seed. They were like in the beginning of the season, kind of like. Here, remember in the beginning, like, they'll make the plus, but they got so high. Like, if this was a 62 game season, right?
Definitely.
I think they'd be a 1 or 2 seed.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they're that good.
They're really good.
Because Giolito was struggling in the first couple starts. He started getting it going too. So
the only question will be their experience because they haven't been there.
Yes, but I think if they can get it going, they're top to bottom 1 through 9, and they're
they have the
still
best
loaded.
personnel, I think, in the American League.
They're young,
okay, all right. So you have White Sox.
But if there is a disadvantage, it's because they're young. That's the only disadvantage.
Okay, so you have the White Sox and Padres, 2 young teams, 4-7 matchup. 2 young teams who don't have that much experience, but still they have the personnel. We have a young World Series for you. I have Dodgers and Sox, young versus experienced. Still young, but Dodgers are young, but they have way more experience. Been there to the playoffs 8 years in a row now. So who's winning your World Series?
I think it's gonna be super close, but I think just like last year, go to 7 games, but the White Sox in coin flip. White Sox win 7 games.
White Sox win 7 games.
Yes. Giolito will pitch with the MVP of the World Series and pitch a great Game 7 if he gets there.
Now, if you ask me, as a lot of people are, this is not a biased pick because the Dodgers are the heavy favorites to win the World Series, and I'm a Dodger fan. So as just one of these years, it just seems that one of these years I'm hoping like. Just in terms of odds and just how they're always a good team. I'm just thinking one of these years they have to break through and win the whole thing. I think their experience is better than the White Sox. They're going to be even more hungry because they've been here so many times to the playoffs and they just so badly want it.
Is it a sweep or what is it?
Clayton Kershaw has to pitch well. I'm just hoping this is the year, and I think they have the best team in the league. They're the favorites, so it's not a biased pick. They're favorites.
So is it a sweep?
No, I think they're going to win 4-2. I think the White Sox have a great team, but I think Dodgers are going to be really hungry. They're going to win the World Series. They're going to finally break through, hopefully, and win it all this year.
If you can be my Indians, you're going to win the World Series.
Okay,
I'll tell you that.
So I have the Dodgers winning it all. You have the White Sox winning it all, but we both have the White Sox coming out of the AL, playing a team from the NL West. So we're kind of similar brackets. And I love San Diego. But the playoffs should be great. They're going to start tomorrow, guys. And
tune in.
It's going to be a great
time. Give Ernie Johnson his props when he calls the game.
So thank you guys so much for watching. If you love sports, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, like the video if you enjoyed the video. We really appreciate and love all your support. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you all later. Bye.